Recovered? Okay. Let me see where I start. So this dream was actually, had a beginning to it, but this is what I remember so far. So I'm in downtown Berkeley. I have maybe 2 friends on either side of me. And there's about 4 people dressed all white. There's a guy who's really tall, and he's a giant bouncer man, blonde hair, like Scandinavian guy. And he's got a whole bunch of his compadres, and they're all wearing white. They approach us. It's on Center and Shattuck. And in that moment, they're like, okay, we're vampires, guys. We are the #1. And I have lots of vampire dreams, or AKA zombie dreams, not vampires. Okay, check it out. What happens is that vampires in my dream is weird. So in that, I kind of think in my dreams to past dreams and say, that's strange. Like, this is an unusual apocalypse for me. Because usually I have someone who's just trying to eat me to feed themselves, but it's like at a higher level now. It's like magic powers are involved in the vampire. So, man with the white coat and his compadres tell all my friends, if you guys aren't wearing white, you get bit. So any part of your body that's exposed, not in white, you can get bit there. I have my black pants on, my big white suit coat, and the big giant bouncer man gives me his coat. So I have like the biggest coat on. It's huge. I can make it work, you know, it looks alright. But like, I start walking down towards the bar because he's like, you guys gotta leave. And he starts kind of like chasing me down to the bar to almost like test me. To be like, can you handle this? Because it's about to blow up with vampires. So he's like kind of chasing me, but I know he's not going to get me. I run into the bar. All my friends kind of scatter. And once I get down to the stairs, down to the BART station, like on the platform, I see my friend, and she's from elementary school, and we were best friends. She's an Aquarius. I always have to say that in the dream. And she goes, yo, you cannot be down here. This is not cool for you to be in the BART. Like, I'm like, but I got my white coat. Like, I'm used to this. This is something I always battle on. She's like, no, these are vampires. You really gotta, like, be on point right now. And I'm gonna take you someplace where you'll be safe because this is not cool for you. I thought by taking the BART, I could just go home and, like, to this neighborhood and I would be fine. Like, the apocalypse hadn't spread. But pretty much at that point, being in the platform at BART, they were everywhere. Like, everywhere. Running after people, like, you know, behind me is a vampire chasing somebody else, or like, it's chaos, pretty much. Everyone's dying. And so my friend, like, pulls me and we run, and she pulls me to this electrical, like, panel in the wall, like, below, like, down here. And, you know how when you open an electric panel, there's always, like, little buttons, and there's a little, like, little opening, right? I open it up, it's probably this big. And I'm like, I can't get in there. She's like, yes you can do whatever you want. You know that. I'm like, okay. And I just look at it for a second, I'm like, this is ridiculous. And I just like jump into it, like feet first. I kind of like slide in there. And as soon as I like slide in there, all of a sudden I'm in a bus. And this is like the safety bus where all the refugees are going, and that's how everyone gets there. It's like the secret way to get into the bus, like Harry Potter style. So like, it slips in there, and it's a double-decker bus, so I'm on the bottom level. And right when I get in there, there's this like a vampire like just about to get me. And because I'm a badass and in my dreams, and I remember like, oh, this is how I deal with zombies, so I'm gonna deal with the vampire the same way. I just throw him out the window. He's done. And I see all these people like laying on the stairs to the top level. They're all like trying to sleep and like, you know, feel relaxed because they've been attacked by, you know, vampires, or their family members are gone, so they're all kind of sad. And I know them, but like I don't. So I start crawling up all these bodies to like get to the second level, and like almost get away from the bottom level because it's like there was a vampire in there. I don't want to be there anymore. I get like halfway up, and I'm like, I'm tired, I'm passing out. Like, I just like feel so comfortable with all those people like on the stairs. I'm like all twisted up on this like spiral staircase to the top. And I fall asleep, and when I wake up, I'm in this apartment building. And I'm going up this elevator. And I have a lot of elevator dreams, and so I'm like going into this elevator that I obviously recognize, and I'm like, I've been here before, like for sure I get that. So I go up, and I have my friend with me again, Najee. I think it was Najee, I can't remember. It was like someone there. like back there, just like a presence holding me down, you know. So like, go up to the top level, and all of a sudden we're like in a room, and Lady Gaga, who I literally don't care that much about, like she's not someone that like really affects my brain so much. Like it's kind of interesting that like she just showed up in the dream, and the guy who's giant and tall, bouncer Scandinavian guy's there, and I still have my white coat on, you know, and she's like, I'm in there, and she's like, look, the only part of you that I can bite right now is your ankle, and I'm gonna bite your ankle because she's the queen of vampires and he's the king, and they're like the whole cult, but they like started it. And I'm like, look, I don't want that. I've never been bitten in a dream before, ever. So I'm like, fuck that. I'm not getting bitten by you, Lady Gaga. She's like, nope, pretty much is happening. I'm like, no, it's really not. She's like, yep, it is. And so she kind of like, I feel comfortable around her for some reason, and I feel like it's okay to hang out with her, and I can get away at any point. She like takes me, and we fall down or fly down into this atrium of the apartment building. So you know how like it's like 4 sides, and then there's a courtyard. It's called the atrium, right? And up, you can see the sky. It's a really tall building. And we're in the atrium, I'm kind of leaning against the wall, and I'm like talking to them, and I'm with my friend, and they're kind of explaining to me like magic, like in general, and being like, this is where you need to be, and there's a reason why we kind of brought you here. And I'm like, I really just don't want to get bit, dude. Like, come on, I'm trying to leave. And they're like, the only way you're gonna leave is if you get bit, honestly. So you have to deal. And throughout kind of like me having like word semantics and like kind of like talking it through, and me feeling very relaxed at the same time, Lady Gaga kind of like tenderly lifts up my you know, pants and like bites onto my ankle. And all of a sudden, after I get the bite, I start like levitating up the atrium, like up the wall, and I haven't really levitated in a while in a dream, so I was like, whoa, what the fuck? So I'm like levitating up, and then that's kind of it, as I remember so far. But there's a little bit more, which happens the next day. So if I wore all white in that dream, I was like, I'm gonna wear all black the next day, just for fun, you know. I want to be super powerful today. I never wear all black, so it's kind of like a thing when I do. So I like wear all black that day, and I go outside of my house, and my neighbors are my friends from like, you know, middle school. So I ride past, there's like my ex-boyfriend, oh dude, like, okay, hey, what's up, you know, like start chatting it up. All my friends from high school used to tease me hell of much, like, so I was kind of like, whoa, like I have the all black on, so I must have, like, this must be for a reason, because they're never there. Like, I have to, you know, deal with this somehow. Like, I have to be powerful in this moment and like have the magic. So I just like go for it and like hang out with them for a little bit. Go get some groceries, come back, hang out a little bit, go to downtown Oakland with my friend. And I'm walking in downtown Oakland with my friend who's in the dream with me, in my all black outfit, and I see this giant Lady Gaga poster. I have a picture of it on my phone, I'll show it to you, it's important to see. So it's like this big, she's got her blonde hair, you know, that's how she goes, her weird eye makeup, like bright red lipstick with fangs, her mouth really wide open, and she has my mole painted on her face, like right here, like screaming at you, it's only her face, and I'm like, ah! Oh my god, like I really feel like I'm like, oh my god, is that, I know that it's a part of her tour, it's a monster tour, but like, it's just, why does she have the mole? I mean, it just seemed to me like it was symbiotic no matter what, even though like, if I hadn't had that dream, I probably would have seen the poster and not cared, but like, to me it was a symbol. When I was with the guy who I make music with, I was like, oh shit, man, like Lady Gaga gave me the magic, dude, holy shit, like I gotta go for this, like this is the right decision for me to make.